Indians, because in many ways you built bigger monuments than us. As my brother was talking about Borobudur and Prambanan, Chandi Sevu, Palembang, and the so much of relationship was there of India and Indonesia. We were always very close, very close. There are many reasons why we are close, because our mindset is the same, because we think in the same way, because we are people who have developed our civilizations along the rivers, as there are so many rivers in Sumatra. And Sumatra was a great center of learning for Indians. I will talk about it later on. So first of all, there is a very, very warm welcome for all of you from the land of Borobudur, Prambanan, where your airlines is Garuda, even Indonesia is the only country which has a two-color flag. It is called in Sanskrit Dvivarna. So there is so much to talk about India and Indonesia. So with very, very small introduction about India and Indonesia, I have been working for last 40 years on Indonesia and Indian connections. So we can talk, we can elaborate, we can in future, we can plan how we can work on. Now, for my Indian friends, I want to tell you that it's a 24-member delegation. It's from Inter-Religious Committee, which comprises of people from all the religions, Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist, Chinese, Christians, etc., Orthodox. Catholic also. So there are leaders from these communities, and they all work together, as India has just finished the G20 summit with the motto Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So their ideology is the same that India has, that we are all one, we are all equal, we should love, we should respect, we should appreciate diversity to have peace in the world. So when there is peace, then cities like Palembang can flourish. With so much of trade was happening during Sri Vijaya dynasty, so much trade was happening. So far as there is peace, there is all kind of development. And so, first of all, I request our president, Shri Virendra Gupta ji, to please felicitate Mr. Abdul Rahim, leader of the Inter-Religious Committee. In the here. All together we'll get. Yeah, actually, yeah, today the roads are blocked. So, but at least you could reach and we could reach. So, आगे का कार्यक्रम कौन चलाएगा? पहले पहले कौन बोलेगा? पहले कौन बोलेगा? अध्यक्ष जी बोलेंगे पहले. अच्छा, ठीक है. So first of all, I request our President Shri Virendra Gupta ji. अच्छा. उनका आप जिनका करना है वो तो. हाँ. Formal welcome and then formal welcome पहले कर देते हैं ना. So with us today is Muslim lingo leader of Konguzu, Chinese origin. Moses Elias, the Christian leader, Catholic. Henry Kagan, General Secretary. Pandito Jones, First Secretary. I'm sorry that not all the names I could write, but maybe Hindu, yeah. He's Mr. Manoharan, the leader of Parishad Hindu Dharma. And may I request first Shri Virendra Gupta ji to please give a welcome address. Then one by one we can introduce ourselves and then we can proceed further. Thank you very much.
Worked in India's foreign service and was India's ambassador in various countries like South Africa, Tanzania, Trinidad and Tobago. And after retirement, he is full-time working, devoting his time for this organization.
Thank you, Shashi Balaji. I have great pleasure in welcoming all of you, this 24-member inter-religious from Indonesia. As Shashi Balaji has already indicated, we have a very high regard for people from Indonesia. Indonesia as a country, um, uh, because we have had historical connections. In the medieval and ancient times, uh, people from India and people from Indonesia intermingled. Uh, there was, in fact, that gave rise to cultural connections, which the vestiges of which we see even today. Even today, in various parts of Indonesia, you can see the Indian cultural, um, objects, and Indian culture in a sense living there. Uh, Also, like in India we are a multicultural, multi-religious society, and we have managed it reasonably well, living in harmony and peace. I think in the same manner, uh, Indonesia has also kept itself, um, cohesive and together. The very example of a multi-religious delegation traveling is that even though it's a Muslim majority country, but there are people from other faiths, and everybody lives. I think if we follow the practice of leaving the religion as something which guides individuals in their personal lives, and that religion is not allowed to become obsessive um, in determining our attitude to everybody. Uh, Basic tolerance and acceptance of other people from other faith. Uh, I think which is what in India we practice when we talk about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, um, uh, which means that one world and one family. Now, if you regard everybody as family, uh, that means you accept this diversity, you accept the differences. There are people from different faiths, different racial background, different ethnicity, and we accept everybody. And I think we see the reflection of that in Indonesia in more modern times. As you all aware, we had a great partnership in our freedom struggle. In fact, your nationalist leaders in Indonesia uh, and our freedom struggle leaders had great connection. They had connections, and they drew sustenance from each other. They provided support for each other. Uh, this colonial oppression was a terrible thing, and now we may not realize uh, there was one aspect was the material support. But even more important than the material support was the moral support, because people who were subjugated, and we can have an empathy with people from Indonesia because we also suffered colonial subjugation for several centuries. Uh, in those difficult times, if there are other people who empathize with us, who have solidarity with us, I think it's a great feeling. Um, uh, in the more recent times, I can say that if you look at India's foreign policy spectrum, I think without doubt, Indonesia is one of our closest friends in the region, in the Southeast Asia region. Uh, for the last nearly 20 years, we have embarked on a closer attention to Southeast Asia. And we have formulated Look East and then graduated that to East policy, which in simple words implies that India will henceforth, for the last 20 years, we've been paying close attention to strengthening our relationship with the Southeast Asian countries. Uh, Various reasons, uh, our convergence in geopolitical thinking, our close cultural connections, historical connections, and the fact that, uh, like India, Southeast Asia is also emerging or had already emerged as a very important economic destination. So I think it was only obvious that India and Southeast Asia uh, worked together. And you see that happening in the last 20 years. In fact, the relationship has advanced, has multiplied many times. And in all our Look East and Act East policy, I think the support that India has received from Indonesia has remained very critical. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Indonesia through you for having remained very friendly. Indonesia, by any reckoning, is an extremely important country. I think probably the amongst the five largest countries in terms of population, uh, and the potential of Indonesia playing an important role in the world affairs cannot be denied. So I think it is a very natural kind of partnership that India and Indonesia have. Uh, we need to strengthen this relationship uh, both at the government level and at the level of people. Your visit, uh, in fact, signifies uh, an exchange at the people level, and I think it will contribute to strengthening our friendship. So, with these few words, I'd like to welcome all of you, and I want to wish you a very pleasant stay in India. I hope, apart from your meetings, various people, you also get an opportunity to see some of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Virendra Gupta-ji. Now, shall we have the introduction first? So, shall we start from here, please? Yeah, please.
Yes.
Introduction about
Perkenalkan diri Bapak. Okay, thank you. Honorable all leader, Antar
Sahayog Parishad.
Indian
Sahayog.
Parishad of India.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Abdul Rahim. Nama saya Abdul Rahim. Kami datang dari Kota Medan, Sumatera Utara, Indonesia. Berjumlah sekitar 24 orang. Sekarang sedang berada di
tempat ini, lembaga yang sangat megah ini. Kami bangga pada kesempatan ini kami bisa dapat bersama-sama diterima di tempat yang berbahagia ini. Honorable Ambassador Wirendra Gupta, Presiden, Antar Rashtriya Sahayog Parishad, Council for International Cooperation. We can hear about 24 members, 24 members, and we want to information from us about the culture, religions, and the Antar Rashtriya Sahayog Parishad. Selanjutnya ingin saya sampaikan bahwa tujuan kami datang ke India ini adalah pertama sekali ingin mempelajari bagaimana situs-situs sejarah yang ada di India. Kami tahu bahwa India telah mencatat, sejarah telah mencatat bahwa India adalah negara yang besar yang telah menawarkan berbagai perkembangan masyarakat dunia. Kita paham bahwa di India juga ada beragam masyarakat yang ada di negara India ini. Yang kami dapatkan informasi tidak sedikit ya. Mungkin ya cukup banyak keragaman agama dan juga budaya bangsa yang ada di India ini. Untuk itu tentunya kami berharap pada informasi yang kami dapatkan dari India ini, tentu bagaimana sebenarnya India bisa yang membangun masyarakat yang baik, masyarakat yang maju, masyarakat yang beradab, masyarakat yang bisa memberikan nuansa terbaik dalam kehidupan civil society. Itu tentunya sangat kami berharap India bisa memberikan informasi itu kepada kami semua. Terus all for my dedication, I would like to and my sincere appreciation and thanks to ARSP let me introduce myself. My name is Bhawan. I'm the chairman of the chain of Bhawan, Sumatera Utara, in Medan, capital region of North Sumatra, Indonesia. Selanjutnya ingin kami sampaikan bahwa di samping ya kegiatan yang kami hadiri di tempat ini, kami sudah menghadiri tempat duta besar Indonesia yang ada di New Delhi. Dan berbagai informasi juga kami dapatkan tentang bagaimana sebenarnya India adalah negara yang maju, negara yang telah berhasil membangun ekonomi yang baik, negara yang telah memberikan suasana yang luar biasa dalam kehidupan ya masyarakat dunia dalam membangun kehidupan kemanusiaan. Itu tentunya informasi awal yang kami dapatkan. Kami ingin mendapatkan informasi yang lebih dalam dari forum ini sehingga kami dapat ya menulis, membaca dan akhirnya bisa mempelajari berbagai perkembangan kehidupan masyarakat yang ada di India ini. Before we came here, we met our embassy. When FKB was established by the community, with facilities and provided by the government, from the system of our country. Tapi juga ingin menyampaikan bahwa kami yang tadi kami sampaikan berjumlah 24 orang. Jumlah 24 orang itu ada 6 agama yang sama-sama kami datang ke tempat ini. Pertama adalah ya saya sendiri dan teman-teman beragama Islam, selanjutnya Kristen, kemudian Katolik, kemudian Buddha, Hindu, dan Konghucu. Semua pimpinan-pimpinan agama tersebut hadir bersama-sama kita di sini. Ada Moses, Pak Moses, thank you. Ya, yang tadi juga telah menyampaikan berbagai informasi kepada
Ibu Sekretaris.
ya. Kemudian ada Johnson, Robert Hasibuan, kemudian ada Bapak Hendrik Tarigan, sekretaris dari IFI-UB Provinsi Sumatera Utara, kemudian ada dari pimpinan kami dari kantor gubernur Sumatera Utara, ada Bapak Hari, kemudian ada Bapak dari agama Buddha, dan juga ada Konghucu, Muslim, yang sebenarnya bukan ya orang Muslim. Namanya Muslim, tapi dia adalah beragama Muslim. Selanjutnya kami menyampaikan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada pimpinan lembaga yang telah menerima kami dengan senang hati, dan insya Allah kami akan membawa berbagai informasi ini ke negara kami untuk bisa kami pelajari, dan seandainya itu sesuai dengan ya masyarakat kami akan kami terapkan di Indonesia, di Sumatera Utara khususnya, untuk bisa membangun ya kehidupan umat agama yang ada di sana. Selanjutnya kami mohon maaf seandainya apa yang kami sampaikan tidak lengkap atau kurang pada tempatnya, dan kedatangan kami juga merepotkan ya Bapak Ibu sekalian, para ya leader yang ada di sini, dan akhirnya saya sampaikan, saya mohon maaf tidak bisa menyampaikan ini dengan bahasa ya speak English, by speak Malay Indonesia. Terima kasih, mohon maaf.
Terima kasih.
I cannot speak English, but just little honor. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The forum also looks into quality, poster, and outreach justice as goes our national motto of sunset energy. Buka tunai kami ini the city. The 20 members, they are from Muslim is minority, and Catholic, Hindu, Buddha, community. The leader of Muslim, Mr. Bhawan, and from the Christian, Mr. Bhawan. After that, from the Catholic, Pastor Moses, from Konghucu, Mr. Muslim Lingu, and the members of Protestant, Mr. Johnson. When I was introduced them, I'm from Hindu Parishad.
Parishad Hindu.
Yeah, Parishad Hindu Dharma.
Generation born in Indonesia.
Seven generations.
Second generation in North Sumatra.
Today I left 20 members of the forum in our visit to India Momentum. How is it that the extremely trained layer it's a way of that the Hinduism. Hinduism marking what India as one Russian progressing and in economy and at the same time India would also excel in economic with other Muslim. This and culture and the society. So this is yeah. So, It's also so our culturally. And it's not because my culture. And country.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Rahim. Yeah. Yeah, he said Bhinneka Tungalika is the national motto. Bhinneka Tungalika means Anekata mein Ekata. It's a unity in diversity. So we are the same. Okay. We say Anekata mein Ekata, Bharat ki Visheshta means it is a special feature in India, but it is also a special feature in Indonesia.
Ya.
So thank you, Dr. Rahim. So who will be the next speaker, please?
Siapa yang mau bicara lagi?
Pastor Moses.
Mr. Moses, please. Yeah.
Thank you, please. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Professor and Ambassador. Uh, I want to ask you, how about influences kasta in India now? Pengaruh kasta di India.
How about?
About influence of kasta in India. Society. Kasta.
Caste. Oh,
Yes.
you want to ask me?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a narrative that is created by Western powers, more by the colonizers, number one. There is a difference between Varna and Jati. In Indonesia, you have Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, but they can intermarry. There is nobody low, nobody high. You have Padandas, you have Pamankus. So everybody does his own duty, his own work. So caste system is more of a political problem than social problem. As in Indonesia, it's not in social society.
In Sanskrit, only Panchavarna,
Panchavarnam.
not caste.
Yeah, not caste.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Varna in Indonesia, yeah.
Ada lagi kira-kira yang apa topik? Oh, spesifik. Kalian ini kalau bisa dong. Profesor pastor pun bisa. Lurus begini. Boleh tidak Pak?
Terima kasih. Selamat.
Biar ada kerja.
Kunjungan kami ke India ini dan mengucapkan terima kasih atas penerimaan yang telah begitu hangat dari ARSP. Dapat saya tambahkan bahwa dapat saya tambahkan bahwa RKUP merupakan sebuah lembaga yang merupakan representasi dari majelis agama yang telah disebut tadi, Islam, Kristen, Katolik, itu yang merupakan sebuah lembaga yang dibentuk oleh pemerintah di Indonesia dalam hal ini adalah Menteri Agama, Minister of Religion and
Menteri Agama.
untuk menjadi sebuah lembaga yang menjembatani umat beragama dengan pemerintah setempat, baik pemerintah provinsi maupun pemerintah di kabupaten kota.
Oke, sebentar berjalan.
Mungkin bisa dicoba ya. Yeah, so many thank you. Many thank you with your hand. We come in here and we want to end would speak before from Mr. Abdul. We are from Indonesia. This is a community for faith religion in Indonesia. It's making very government. Now she coming here from Sumatra. This organization is making from government to people make them be happy and not discuss with the other because different religion and different tribe and different other way. We started uh, hand by hand. We started with hand by hand and uh, we started hand by hand. Is that this is different religion, different tribe, and different skin and other.
Dibentuk oleh menteri.
And this is with the ministry in Indonesia, this organization. Sumatera Utara adalah sebuah provinsi yang luas, terdiri dari 33 kabupaten kota dan merupakan sebuah provinsi yang sangat luas di Indonesia. And North Sumatra is the large province in Indonesia. This is in North Sumatra have 48 33 city and on the district. 33 city on the district. Provinsi ini juga didiami oleh berbagai etnis. Etnik asli ada, etnik pendatang ada, dan etnik multinasional. Kemudian didiami oleh berbagai agama yang ada di Indonesia. Dan kepercayaan yang turun-temurun dari nenek moyang yang sampai hari ini merupakan sebuah kearifan lokal yang menjadi pemersatu, yang mengikat keberagaman itu menjadi sebuah kesatuan bagi masyarakat Sumatera Utara. In North Sumatra, we have local tribe also, and others from Java also Kalimantan also,
Java, yeah.
and also multiple, yeah, actually from China also, from India also, but this is to make us some colorful of North Sumatra. And also we have the traditional clothes. You can tell traditional religion in the village of North Sumatra. This is we decided all of them to make us sister and family in North Sumatra.
And we use the desa Kalapatan.
Desha.
Keragaman itu disatukan oleh Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Karena dasar negara kami, ideologi bangsa kami adalah Pancasila. Pancasila. Believe in God, humanity, nationality, democracy, and social justice. Oleh karena itu, Pancasila. Oleh karena itu, semua keragaman itu tetap menjadi satu di bawah naungan Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, dan kami diikat oleh satu bahasa persatuan, bahasa Indonesia. Demikian yang dapat saya sampaikan. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Yeah. All of them, because we believe
of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. We are in so many different cultures, but we are in one system, one planet, one mother, father. We are together to make a become I have them. We have uh, some unit because bahasa or language. It is bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language to make all of them from the North Sumatra until Papua or Irian Jaya to make one unit. This is from us, and thank you so much, Mom, and uh, um, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So, here, you proceed. Terima kasih. Saya pendeta Sairin Perduti dari
Traditional.
Kristen. Coba. So, he's another this step. Sairin Perduti, he is a from Christian. So, Christian.
Ini. Sesungguhnya apa yang disampaikan Bapak Lubis tadi adalah ikatan yang harmonis di antara agama-agama di Indonesia. Jadi tadi seperti dikatakan pimpinan kami, Muslim adalah agama terbesar dan yang lain termasuk minoritas. Kehidupan kami secara umum adalah bagus. Please.
All of us, we live harmony, they said, and we accept a hand together as who is Mr. Muslim and Mr. Mr. Safarudin, who has talked before, and this is harmony live. We keep together until the end.
Pertama, di kalangan tataran atas, nyaris tidak ada masalah.
From the upper until the down, it's very together, very harmony. We work together.
No problem. Tetapi di akar itu bahwa kehidupan beragama itu tetap masih ada riak-riak. Please.
But in the classroom, in the classroom, sometimes they are so small conflict, but this is okay. We also with this forum, we looking for some solution to make discuss this case.
Oke. Kami melihat bahwa kehidupan beragama di India dan Indonesia tidak jauh beda.
In Indonesia and India, and I think not different. We are in same culture also. We are multi-culture also. India, as we know, same with Indonesia.
Tapi menurut yang kami dengar dari mass media, bahwa di India juga riak-riak kecil tetap masih ada.
As same with us, there are a little case in Indonesia about the between one religion in one religion. It is case same in India also. They are just small case, but it is already done. Same with Indonesia already done.
Yang menjadi kerinduan kami adalah bagaimana India untuk menangani masalah yang seperti itu?
We learn about India to resolve this conflict. To take in the solution, India solution, we take this one to resolve conflict in Indonesia also.
Ini yang menjadi harapan kami bisa terjawab, sehingga juga menjadi oleh-oleh bagi kami dalam mengembangkan, membangun kehidupan beragama yang harmonis di Indonesia. Terima kasih. Thank you for you.
We ask maybe some word from you who want to speak. What the solution we can bring it to Indonesia, and if there some small conflict, we can make some solution for this one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready?
Sudah.
Terima kasih.
Mungkin waktu juga Pak. Waktu juga Pak.
Ibu.
Satu ya, woman ya.
Gak apa-apa, kasih.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ambassador.
And Ambassador, we are in NKUV 2 women. I want to ask you how gender participation in India.
Participation in
Participation
India.
gender in India, how?
Should I say
Yeah. No.
now?
And
Yeah.
diversity is from God, yeah. God gives. Diversity, God gives. We must protect. We must protect that.
Yes.
How about
Let them all
the problem
Yeah,
afterward.
in college or in study for diversity and how to solve them? Thank you, Madam. Horas. This is Horas Nani Ayong Panggabean in Bat. Yeah.
One of tribe in Sumatra
Mhm.
for the united all of the religion, all of the tribe, they say Horas.
Horas. Horas. Namaste. Namaste, Horas.
Namaste. Namaste.
But-
Any more questions?
Ada lagi. Enak.
Yeah, please. Please.
Pues, eso, gantian.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. My name is Muslim Lingo. Yeah. This is from the Matakim, North Sumatra. English name is Indonesian Confucius Religion Concept, North Sumatra. With getting of the harmony of TUB from Confucius, who will intrigue. And there is without here, only feature of the happen. Now, here, the surface of the great Tao is Confucianism, education without wisdom, universal. Now, is friendship, interest, never go to others. What you will not like done for you. And if you want to be established, stand up for the other. If you want to, you should say, you should have for. Okay? Now, we are all about the Thank you. Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you.
Ada lagi Pak Lasir? Ada?
Anybody? You want to say something?
Oke, Miss.
Okay.
Madam.
Yeah. Want to say?
Oh, ada.
Enough?
Yes. Okay.
हाँ आप देंगे मैं दूं मैं देंगे हाँ
जी हाँ, नहीं हमारे और भी मेंबर्स हैं ना सब हमारे
हमारे मेंबर्स में से कोई इनके प्रश्नों का उत्तर देंगे जेंडर
नहीं अपनी तरफ से
जेंडर पार्टिसिपेशन एंड डाइवर्सिटी इन्होंने 2 प्रश्न पूछे हैं
मंत्रा जी बोलिए आप क्या चाहते हैं
जेंडर पार्टिसिपेशन इन इंडिया
How about the gender in here?
जेंडर पार्टिसिपेशन
Yeah.
Hello everyone. I'm Advocate Mohammed Khan, member ARSP. And I just want to say in metro city there is no gender equality. We
No.
all are same. We are working. We are very much same. There are some problems in small cities I can say, but the girls from small cities are coming to metro cities and learning a lot, taking education, and going abroad. And I really don't feel any gender inequality in India. Gradually, we are improving much, we are developing, and every girl is. In fact, girls are much better than boys in education. Yeah, if you can, compare the results of in IAS, in every competition, they are much better than boys. So girls are much, I can say, what can they are focused. They are focused in study. They want to fly. They have their wings, and now all their family are also helping them. Proud to be Indian. And thanks for coming and encourage your sister in your country also. Thank you so much.
Ladies first, yeah?
आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे
Ladies first.
माइक से ना
सबको नमस्ते.
Namaste.
I'm GM Malhotra, senior member of ARSP. Right now, my brother Virendra Seva, he said, "First step to Mukam." It means word is one family. We all agree. Somebody also said word is one family, we are one. So what do we want for a family? Wellness, good health. Isn't it? We want good health.
Yeah.
Everybody wants good health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering all this, our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in 2014 promoted and just presented one resolution in UNO regarding yoga. If you all remember, it was moved in the UNO regarding promotion of yoga all over the world, and about 190 countries supported it wholeheartedly. Isn't it? Do you know what is about this? Your country also supported it. Yoga.
yoga
Yeah. No, yoga. So, how far you accept yoga in your country? Can I know?
many branches in
How far you accepted? You is for for health. Health promoted. So, how many of you? How much this yoga has been promoted in your country that I want to know from the leaders of this house?
Thank you.
anybody else wants to say something
Anybody else? Ada lagi?
so I just can I say something about acceptance of diversity
बोलिए
आप बोलिए ना
Bolo na.
माइक से
Bro.
I think India and Indonesia, we share
decades of
Centuries.
relationship, but our civilizational link, our cultural link goes back thousands of years. And I, as a student of international politics, have always admired Indonesia. I admire Indonesia because in this world where so much instability is there, Indonesia provides harmony, peace, political stability, democracy, and inter-religious ethnic peace and harmony. So we in India, we not only look upon Indonesia as a very close neighborhood, but we also see Indonesia as a brother nation because of this cultural and civilizational linkages. So I would hope that in Southeast Asia, India and Indonesia become two close partners as two countries from Asia. We are increasingly rising and having greater role in international politics as well as in our neighborhood. So I would suggest that the future of Asia also depends how India and Indonesia come together to shape that future because we have large population, we have large prosperities, we have very young population. So I would suggest that we should have more such interaction, societal interaction, cultural interaction, because there is so many things that bring us together. And I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope you see more of India, and you will realize how common we are. Thank you very much.
नारायण जी बोलिए.
नारायण जी कुछ बोलेगा?
Leader of the delegation, Abdul Rahim Rahi, President of this welcome meeting, Ambassador Gupta, and honorable member of this delegation. I welcome you all on behalf of Antar Rashtriya Sahayog Parishad and India as well. Okay, thank you. Friends, the togetherness and harmony in your society, we are to learn that how it has developed. A linguistic story I will tell you. There are many languages in Indonesia, and before gaining independence, all the leaders of the Indonesia met together and decided to have a new language and named it
Bahasa Indonesia.
Malay was there, Jamali was there, and it is a problem all over the world. In India, we have decided that Hindi will be the official language, but still English is the functional language. Keeping in view this in your mind, you all decided, and the Bhasha, the Sanskrit and Hindi word means language. You have many words, so technical and scientific terminology, and I had opportunity to be a member of the technical and linguistic terminology meeting held between India and Indonesia. From North Sumatra, we had a delegation year before last from Bali, and Dharam Yaswat was there. He was interpreting Hindi as well as in English because he knows both language, and he was here in the Department of Culture in Indonesian Embassy. Then again, your official airline, as Dr. Sasiwala has mentioned, is named Garud, and it has also the Quranic background that Garud is a god, and that is your
officially organized is named as Garud and names Sukarno. But Jawaharlal Nehru was the closest relation with Sukarno and invited him to the first Republic Day meeting, and he introduced, yes, Dr. Sasiwala will tell you, Dr. Raghuvira as the foremost scholar of the Southeast Asian studies, and they had also developed very close relations. So not only this, the temples, the Ramlila being performed there, and all these stories says that how harmonious relation between India and Indonesia is, and it will continue, it will further consolidate. After just Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when Atal Bihari Vajpayee visited Indonesia, he also told the country has largest population of Muslims here, and how these temples in the Hindu religions are being followed, and the leader of your country said that we have adopted different religion, but our culture is one.
Yeah.
So we follow the culture based on the human truth. So the best thing is that you prefer in your day-to-day dealings the human value, and it will also continue further. And friends, all of we know that the G20 chairmanship India has taken from Indonesia, and we need interpreter now. We have developed an app that is called Bhaskar. When Narendra Modi was speaking in Hindi, it was also being interpreted in Bhasha Indonesia. So latest entry we have added is Bhasha Indonesia, and when you will come next time, that app will interpret your feelings or your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank Thank you very much, Naranji. Anybody else? Should I conclude?
I think enough.
Should I conclude?
Yeah.
So, should I conclude? Yeah. So, I just want to bring a few points to your knowledge. As my friend was saying, that India was the first to accept the freedom of Indonesia. Now, I want to tell you that when President Sukarno came to India, and he met Pandit Nehru, and he told that when he introduced Dr. Raghuvira, that he is our scholar working on Indonesia, he said, "Oh, I know him for quite long." So he was surprised. How does President Sukarno knows him? He said, "Because the book of Indian freedom struggle that you wrote, History of Indian Freedom Struggle, that was translated into Dutch. And Indonesian freedom fighters, they read that book and they were inspired by that, and they made their plan how to fight for freedom." Number two, living in harmony, we have been talking, because this forum is specially built, specially established for harmony. So how, because as you asked, how India can help to have harmony, to make it, to strengthen it. You see, there are a few steps. Number one is to give respect to all, everybody, because everybody has a different mind. Everybody thinks differently. So, number one, respect everybody. Number two, everybody wants to live a happy life, peaceful life, harmonious life. Everybody wants to have friends. So, how can we have them? How can we establish a peaceful society? So, in India, we have one shloka in Sanskrit. I give you the meaning, that let noble thoughts come from all the directions. When all of you are sitting together, similarly in India also, when we sit together with people following different religions, but every religion wants noble thoughts for the society, for the family, for the nation, at the global level also. So let noble thoughts, we collect the noble thoughts and accept. So that way we can have a very good society, very good, peaceful nation, peaceful, good solutions. So we have to discuss and decide. Yes, of course. Everywhere we have conflicts in every country. No country is there that does not have conflicts. So you asked me how to find solutions. In India, we say that there is a tradition of Shastrartha. Shastra, Shastrartha. So we discuss. Okay, let's sit together. You say this is right. I say this is right. Let us discuss and decide. And one has to prove this is right, this is wrong. So whosoever wins, that we take that value. And we take these values to the society, we involve the society, number of people can be involved to discuss and decide. Then you asked about participation, gender participation. Recently, there is a bill passed in the Parliament of India that 1/3 of parliamentarians will be women. It's a huge decision that has been taken by the government. And nowhere in any school, in any college, in any university, there is no discrimination at all. In my family, we sisters, all my sisters, me, we are more educated than our brothers. So it's happening. No parent says she's a girl, don't go to higher studies. No, no. All parents support a boy and a girl equally, and girls are given more importance. There are so many festivals in India where girls are given more importance than boys. So later we can discuss about it. India is the only country during the G20 meetings. There was a final summit of the C20 group. Indonesia was also a partner there. There were many Indonesians who came there. So one minister from France, former minister from France, she said, India is the only country that not only respects but adores, worships femininity. And that is why India has the biggest number of goddesses in here. And you have the same, I know, more than 500 statues of goddess Durga have been discovered from Indonesia. So you are doing the same. You are worshipping. And also, you see, I was just because we always talk about Java and Bali more. We meet more delegations from Java and Bali, but I think in Antar Rashtriya Sahayog Parishad, here in this institute, we are meeting a delegation from Sumatra for the first time. There is my friend. It's a great opportunity for us to learn more about it. How far is Muara Jambi? I don't know from your place. Muara Jambi was such a great place for Indian knowledge. You see, there was a great Acharya from India, Atisha, who had studied under more than 100 Indian teachers. But after that, he went to Indonesia to study under Dharma Kirti in Muaro Jambi. Jambi, yes, yes. It means that it means that he was a much higher level of teacher than the Indian teachers. Dharma Kirti, Dharma Kirti. And my friend with from Chinese ethnic background, you see, Indians had very good relations, and Chinese were living in Sumatra, Java in big numbers, and that is why Singh, the Chinese pilgrim who was coming to India, he stayed in Sumatra for 2 months. And he stayed in Java for 6 months to study Sanskrit grammar. So there are many such stories that I can keep on and on talking to you about what kind of relations and how we were similar. You see, one of your kings, Aditya Varman, he went to Kritanagara. He was from Kritanagara, from Majapahit. Huh? So he was there and he got initiation into Bhairava. In Indonesia, I found the first time the worship of Bhairava in the form of Batuk Bhairava. Kritanagar did it when he heard that Kublai Khan is going to invade Indonesia, and Kublai Khan had done a huge ceremony of Bhairava, and then he performed a ceremony of Batuka Bhairava. And the king Aditya Varman of Sumatra, he got initiated into the Bhairava ceremony. And there was links with Majapahit, especially the Javanese kings, with the Sumatra, and Srivijaya. Srivijaya was so great at that time. Such a flourishing trade was going on, and that is why Palembang and the Kalimantan, yeah, these were all Mulavarman. So the inscriptions of Mulavarman, all Indians know about it mostly. So Raja Chola, when he invaded, and you see, when you talk about Raja Chola, there is only one stone inscription from Tanjore talking about Rajendra Chola, and it talks about Indonesia. There are many other things, Bali Yatra, we have a festival going to Indonesia, going to Bali, and there was very good connection with the Gujaratis people also. And I came to know that there are some very interesting names of the sub-tribes in Sumatra, like Malayala. You have Pandiya, you have Cholia, huh? Yeah, Ramana. So there are so many things that we are still, after thousands of years, we are still very close. All the ceremonies, all that. So, so many, you have your forefathers have written so many inscriptions starting from 6th, 7th century in Sanskrit, talking about the voyages of the Shri Vijaya King, that how he went, Jaya Siddha Yatra. So they talk about, there is so much to talk about Java, or Sumatra, sorry. I always talk about Java because so much kakavins, because of temples there, because of Borobudur there. You see, Borobudur, when it was excavated, when it was rebuilt by UNESCO, UNESCO was dismantling it stone by stone, stone by stone. They dismantled, putting numbers, and it was so easy to put them back. But they could not do it. They had to do it 3 times. This was the style of architecture the Indonesians had. Yeah. So yeah, I've taken so much of, because my mind is so much towards Indonesia because of Bhuvana Kosha. I have studied Bhuvana Kosha. Yeah, and the earliest texts of Shaivism, the biggest. So this, you have done so much. And Sumatrans were great builders of temples. They were great bronze casters, your forefathers. They were great in so many things. Stone images, and you go to the Museum of Palembang, so much is there. So I think we all, our organization, our members should visit Palembang, Marujambi, and Sumatra, Uttara, and all these things to have more relations. Yeah, Uttara. Yes, they say Uttara. They don't call it North. So Sumatra, Uttara, and Mantri Agama. So we have to do a lot. We have to learn a lot. We have to be with you again and again. So it is just the beginning. With this, it is not just a reception of a delegation, but a new path is opened for more friendship, more work to strengthen each other. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we conclude, I think, and we are delighted to receive this delegation, bringing back to us the historical relations that we had with the whole of Indonesia and North Sumatra, especially. Bharat, or India, that it's called now, having a home to religions and diversity. And it is not only the religious diversity in every kind of diversity, Bharat excelled, India excelled. If you look back, we have been living and welcoming religion from all over the world. Like the Christianity reached Indian shore in 50-60 AD. Before reaching the Europe, Christianity came to Bharat, came to India. Islam, after establishment, came to India within 100 years before reaching Europe. And India, of course, is home to Hindu, Buddha, Jain, and all those traditions and religions. So diversity has been part of this world. This world I said because it's India, Indonesia, and the Asia. We always live like that. Diversity, though the word came from outside, like your national emblem says, it's Vividhata mein ekata, anekata mein ekata in India. And genders, regarding then gender, what you asked, Indian women since Vedic times had a role to play in education, in family affairs, even in politics. Like we had good number of queens who ruled, and they ruled according to dharma. So that's how this land is close to Indonesia, and we will look forward to more interactions with such delegations. Whoever comes to Bharat will welcome you all the time. And thanking you again for giving us an opportunity to interact with you. I thank our common friend, Karmayasya, who is based in Bali. And so, Om Swastiastu and Namaste.
By the way, I want to talk about in Sumatra Utara, we have a 78 temple and 7 gurdwara. Before I come here, I contact our Guruji. And Guruji Dharmayasa, and he gives the number Mr. Sri Samparandi. After that, I contact with Mr. Sham.
Good. Yeah. Dharmayasa.
I think he arranged this program today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For ARSP. We are now we are members. By the way, I want to say with Madam, our secretary is a Sembiring Brahmana.
Oh, he's a Brahmana.
Oh, Tariya. They have two person from the Karo. Mr. Baru. You say Beliala, Pandiang.
Yeah.
They are from the other their generation. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we
We want to felicitate